keep seeing celebrities' posts, me in the 90s versus now. Well, the person staring at me in the mirror is definitely not the same person that could pull off bootcut jeans. Time creeps up on us so slowly, you don't see it until suddenly you do. Same thing goes for your bills. $1 here, an uptick there. It's a slow burn until one day you realize the price you're paying now is way higher than when you signed up. But at T-Mobile, customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. And with T-Mobile on their experience plans, you get a 5-year price guarantee, so you know exactly what your plan price will be for the next 5 years. So at least that's one thing that won't change over time. I can't guarantee you'll still look good with frosted tips, but T-Mobile can give you a clear guarantee on your wireless plan.
Lower bills based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm Sarah,
I'm Cole.
and you're listening to Borrowed Bones. Well, borrowed words today.
Yeah, special episode.
Yes, we're doing another borrowed words. This one, the theme is eponyms.
Words that are derived from a person's name.
Yes.
Correct? Yes.
Correct.
I think of eponymous albums are self-titled albums. Like a band just doesn't have it's just the band's name is the title.
Eponymous.
Yeah.
I can't, okay, you've said this before, like the other day when I mentioned that's the theme. And it did this again. My brain jumped right to Big Daddy.
The movie?
Yeah. Hippopotamus. Hip-hop.
Hip-hop-anonymous.
Hip-hop-anonymous.
Yeah, yeah.
Hip-hop-anonymous.
Oh, God, that's Rob Schneider.
Oh.
The awful Rob Schneider.
Whatever. He
Yeah.
used to be funny. I don't care. It was simpler back then. You didn't know everything.
I don't know if he was funny or we were just younger and we thought it was funny. Child humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Anyway.
But yes, for anyone who has not listened to a Borrowed Words episode, this is a lighter, easier, less structured, if you can tell, episode. We go through words, the etymology of them, the origin, and it's just something we both really like to do. It's something we usually do at the bar.
Yeah.
Hey, where did this come from? What's this from? What's that?
Do you know the origins of this word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, just something we like to do. So we wanted to share it with everyone else. And like I said, we're doing eponyms today.
Yes.
Let's get started.
Yeah.
The first one I have is Alzheimer's, like the Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah. I assumed it was named after the scientist who discovered it.
Yes.
I don't know what his first name is. Or not discovered, but diagnosed it for the first time, or
Yeah.
I guess discovered. What's the term? The scientist that when you discover a new disease?
You name, I mean, because the disease is already there.
Yeah.
And you already are aware of it. They already knew it was
Yeah.
a thing. They just didn't know what to call it.
So I guess it's
I don't know.
usually the person, the scientist who or doctor physician who discovers it.
Or the person that's affected by it.
Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yeah.
In that
I
case.
don't know. I didn't look that hard into
Yeah.
it because
Anyway.
this is a light episode.
Okay. So Alzheimer.
Yes.
Doctor Alzheimer, I'm assuming?
Neurologist.
Neurologist.
Yes.
Okay, so he is a doctor. Yeah.
Yep. German neurologist. And I did not look up how to say his first name. Alcis. And he's German.
Alcis, I guess. I've
I
never
don't know.
encountered that name before,
Me either.
even in a German context.
Yeah, I meant to look it up. Oh, and I'm doing everything on notebooks today written. I do have my laptop, but
Normally you do it on a laptop. I mean,
Yeah.
the audience doesn't necessarily know one way or the other because they don't see us.
just in case they hear me flipping pages.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been moving and doing a lot of life changing, and this just helps ground me, do things with my hands.
Yeah.
So anyway, Alzheimer's disease, named after German neurologist Alzheimer. He lived from 1865 to 1915.
Oh, okay.
The disease name didn't become common until the 1970s.
Okay. Interesting. He
So
lived and died much earlier than I would have thought. 'Cause
yeah,
That I kind of knew that it was around the 60s or 70s that the term became more common. And I assumed the scientist who discovered it lived around that time, but apparently not.
yeah. I just read. Okay, so I am very glad that I said I'm doing this with my own handwriting and on pen and paper because I saw his name written again.
Mm-hmm.
It makes so much more sense.
Okay.
It's Alois. Alois.
Alois. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard that name before.
Yeah.
So Alois Alzheimer. Oh, God.
Okay.
So many people have already clicked off this episode. Yeah. That's okay.
Whatever.
If you're here, thank you. So Alois Alzheimer, the German doctor that did this, he was the one that identified the cases of dementia as well. And then he was able to differentiate these two things. He was like, there's something different with this one than that one.
Yeah. I don't know what the difference is, but I know there is.
Yeah. Yeah. He gave a talk in 1906. There's really nothing remarkable about him. I thought there was going to be more, but there really wasn't too much. But I just wanted to know, like, it didn't become popular in the 70s because someone finally wrote about it. Like someone else, another doctor, another psychiatrist, another someone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's Alzheimer's disease. Moving on. These ones are more fun. So I wanted to get to the good stuff. This one you suggested.
Okay.
It's sadism.
Sadism. Named after the Marquis de Sade.
Yes. Now, for anyone that does not know, sadism is a habit or a practice of deriving sexual gratification from the infliction of pain or suffering on another person. Yeah. The term was coined by another, like a late 19th century German psychologist, but it was named after
the Marquis de Sade.
And do you know who he was?
He's a French writer who wrote novels like 120 Days of Sodom and Justine. I've never read any of his work, but it's known for how violent and sexual they are. I mean, he depicts sadism in them frequently.
And that's his best known novel or work.
Okay.
But yes, he was also a French nobleman, and he was chronicling his own sadistic practices, basically. Like, these weren't really fictional.
Yeah. He was the elite in the elite class of the era, and he could do what he wanted to whomever he wanted without consequence.
Yeah.
A lot of that's still going on today. And he wrote about it in thinly veiled novels.
Yep. And that's what sadism is.
Yes.
Yes. Ugh. All right. Masochism. They had to do both, obviously, because they pretty much go hand in hand. So that's why I'm quickly jumping, because they're blended together.
Yeah.
But yes, you know about this one as well.
Also named after an author, Leopold von Sacher-Masoch.
Yes.
I might be mispronouncing that somewhat.
I think you're saying it correctly. Yeah.
And he wrote the novel Venus in Furs.
Yes. And that novel is an erotic novel where a nobleman is the slave of a woman wearing fur. Yes.
It's a thin novel. I have that. I've read that one. It's I have it. It's on our bookshelf.
Oh no.
It's a thin one. But yeah, the guy is completely subjugating himself on purpose to this woman, and that's what gets him off. And define masochism for us.
Oh yes, masochism is a habit or practice of deriving sexual gratification from the infliction of pain or suffering on yourself.
Yes. It's kind of a mirror image of sadism.
Sadism is on others. Masochism is on yourself. The same person coined both phrases, sadism and masochism, which was interesting. Yeah, it makes sense. But I was like, oh, okay, he was on it. Got it. And so we also have the word sadomasochism, which is just
a blending of the two.
Yeah, because a lot of people like both.
Yeah. You pair up.
Yeah.
There's that old adage. I know that's redundant, old adage. You can just say adage. But the adage that a sadist is just a masochist following the golden rule.
No. For the youngins that aren't taught the golden rule anymore, I'm just kidding. Yeah. That sounded so old. But yeah, do unto others as you would do to yourself.
As you would want done unto you.
Yes. Yeah. See, I don't remember.
I prefer the silver rule is don't do anything to anyone that you wouldn't want done to yourself. That makes more consistent sense.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it takes out that sadism clause.
Yeah. Because what if someone does want to be, choked to the point of passing out?
So you choke somebody and they do it back to me. Yeah.
Nope, I don't want that. Thank you. I never thought of it that. Oh, God.
Also, the Velvet Underground did have a song, Venus in Furs.
They did.
Yeah, on their...
Or they do.
Yeah, on their debut album. It's got the droning viola in it.
Oh,
And it's about the novel. So,
all right.
yeah.
Nice.
Did you know that you can buy your car completely online on AutoTrader? Really? Just visit autotrader.com, filter and search through dealer listings for the car you want, make, model, color, and all the features that matter to you. Go ahead, get picky. Whether you're into subcompacts with heated cup holders, crossovers with all-wheel drive, pickups with kicking sound systems, or SUVs that can survive whatever chaos your kids unleash. Just drop in your info and you'll only see cars in your budget. Really. Once you find your one and only, you can do the whole deal online and have the car delivered to your driveway. Or you can pick it up at the dealership and drive your new ride right off the lot. Really. AutoTrader makes it easy to buy your car online because the whole process is designed around your wants and must-haves. AutoTrader. Buy your car online. Really.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Next up,
Next word.
Fahrenheit. Do you know anything about that?
No.
I didn't
I
either.
assumed Fahrenheit and Celsius were from persons.
Yes.
But I don't know what, more than that.
I kind of went down the rabbit hole with this one because I learned other things about Fahrenheit, like why the hell we still use it and like what's going on
Yeah.
and how did this even become a thing when Celsius is around.
Yeah,
But,
why do we need two different
like,
measurements
what's going on?
of temperature?
Yeah. Celsius came after. They like piggybacked off of Fahrenheit and
Okay.
basically perfected it.
I mean, Celsius is easier if you
It
know
is.
it. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they basically were like, okay, Fahrenheit got close enough, but like now I'm here after
Yeah.
Fahrenheit died and made it. Okay, so let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit is how we, in America at least, measure temperature. We don't use Celsius, but almost everywhere else does. We're
Yeah.
one of 3 countries in the world that uses Fahrenheit.
The other two are.
I have them written down. Hold on.
Is one Nepal or Bhutan?
I think so. I think Nepal.
Okay. And then what's the other one?
I can't do
It's
a
an
control
Asian-
F and
oh,
look.
No, well, Nepal's an Asian country.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, here. Yes, it's us. Oh, there's not 3 other ones. There's 3.
Total.
So yes,
Two
so
other
we are
ones.
one of
Yeah.
them. And then I thought Nepal was one, but I guess not. I don't know why I thought that. It's Liberia. And Myanmar.
Myanmar. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know why I thought Nepal.
Okay. Liberia makes sense, but
Sorry, something just fell.
in our building, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Anyway.
I think those are the same 3 that use the imperial system for measurements too, like feet instead of meters and miles instead of kilometers. And I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Liberia makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So, yes. And then in May of 1686, Fahrenheit was born. He's Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit.
Okay.
And he was born to a well-off family in Poland.
Poland.
So
Okay,
he's Polish. Mhm. In 1701, he lost both of his parents. They accidentally ate poison mushrooms.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to do a bigger thing on this or not because this is interesting.
Okay.
So yeah, this is my little rabbit hole. He was orphaned at the age of 15. He was taken in and placed as an apprentice bookkeeper to a merchant in Amsterdam.
All right.
So he was taken in by some people and they
Yeah.
were like, I don't know, go to Amsterdam and become a bookkeeper.
All right.
Thermometers were around at that time, but they weren't consistent. Not one thermometer, not the same 2 thermometers would have the same temperature on them. It didn't work well. They were made of glass tubes with like an alcohol-filled bulb. That was how it was done. It wasn't mercury, I don't think.
Okay.
So maybe that's why. But anyway, they weren't consistent. And Fahrenheit, he was more interested in math, physics, and glass blowing than he was in bookkeeping.
All right.
So he just happened to like glass blowing as well. So this works out.
Nice.
And this caused him to become fascinated with thermometers. And he was like, how do we figure this out? Because at this point, what was more consistent for people was to measure things like the rate butter melts. Like, oh,
yeah.
it's so hot, the butter's melting. This kind of reminds me of like Southern adages, like, or just normal phrases. Well, like,
Southern and normal. That's your distinction.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I stand by it. I don't care.
You're from the South, so you can
I
say
grew up
that.
in Texas.
Yeah.
There's a difference. And I don't mean it in any sort of negative way. I think it's fun. I love it. But yes, so they would basically say, the rate that butter melts or the rate that coal burns, like, it's, as hot as a pile of coal burning or something like that. So he wanted to make it better. He did have an inheritance from his parents that died, but he couldn't touch that until he was 21.
Wow, that's weird for like that era, I feel.
To like put a place or age limit on that. So he did borrow money from his new caregivers, and then he ended up going in debt.
He borrowed some bones.
Ooh.
We name dropped ourselves.
Yeah.
Don't get to do that too often.
So he ended up going in debt, and he couldn't pay his caregivers back. And they got so mad that they threatened to send him to Indonesia, where he would have to work as a seafaring laborer for the Dutch East India Company.
In Indonesia.
Yeah. So yeah, he was going to have to do that until his debt was paid. So he fled.
Yeah.
He ran away. And then he was able to work in peace.
Cool. No pun intended.
Yeah, I know. So after all of that, he was good to go. He ended up making money, paid people back, and then he was really focused on calibrating all of the degrees and the math and doing all of this. Okay, so Fahrenheit discovered the scale between 0 and 96. I don't really understand it too much, but I saw that he used it because there was a lot of ways to divide them out. They were divisible by 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12. Somehow that matters. I don't know. Not my brain. And he did define 0 degrees as freezing. He did.
Okay.
Right, which I was like, wait, but it's not 32 degrees. What's going on there? And he chose 96 degrees to say that that's the temperature of the human body.
Okay.
So 0 to 96, that's what he's going off of. As time went on, people realized that water froze. Oh, because 0 degrees is what water was freezing at. That's what he was basing that on. And so as time went on, people realized that water was actually freezing at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, not 0 degrees like he had calibrated originally. And they also realized that the human body was closer to 98.6 degrees instead of 96 degrees. So now we're off.
Yeah.
Yes. And initially, Fahrenheit was widely accepted in England and basically all over. They loved it. But then
this hotshot prick Celsius comes in.
Yeah. Yep. He's a Swedish astronomer. Anders Celsius. Yeah.
Anders Celsius.
And he did a more intuitive temperature scale between 0 and 100, 100 being the boiling water and 0 as freezing.
Okay.
Yes. And Fahrenheit, he died almost 3 decades later after doing all this, because he did this in his 20s.
Okay.
6 years after his death at the age of 50, this is when Celsius came in.
Okay. So they didn't overlap in life.
No,
Okay.
they didn't, which is kind of
I didn't
nice.
think they did.
Yeah. But I think Fahrenheit died of mercury poisoning.
Ironic.
Yeah.
Or
It's not
really ironic. It's more just fitting, I
Yeah,
guess.
it fits. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that makes a lot of sense as to why Fahrenheit is so weird and Celsius is so much better.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why 32 degrees? Why are we doing this to ourselves? What's going on? That's why.
We kind of got a twofer for that. We got a Fahrenheit and a Celsius. We kind of did them both.
Yeah. So, yeah. And like I said, I might just do a whole expansion on that because I obviously kind of dipped into it already.
Yeah.
But I have to switch notebooks now.
Okay. I was like, you're not done already, are you? Okay.
No, I'm not done. These ones, I have a few more. I love a notebook. Anyway, the next one. Cardigan.
Oh.
Like the lovely button-up sweater.
Pull over. No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing. Yeah. Killer boots, man. Anyone know what movie that is?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Come on now. No one listens to these. These are the lowest rated ones. That's why I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Allison, comment. You know that movie I just referenced.
Yeah. Maybe Haley. She listens to a lot of them. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway. James Thomas Brudenell, Brudenell.
Okay.
He was an army officer. And
For which country?
England.
Okay.
Sorry, yes. He is the Earl of Cardigan.
Oh.
Yeah,
he's
like
royalty.
It's like
He's
the Earl
got,
of Sandwich.
yeah.
It's like
Okay.
that. Yes, so he's the Earl of Cardigan. And he's an army officer, and he would wear wool knitted jackets open in the front with buttons to do easy on, easy off in battle specifically.
Okay.
Because it was freed up his arms more. He was able to move easier. And they did start sleeveless, but then they eventually got arms because people got cold. So,
Interesting.
and it got really popular when his soldiers wore all of them wore cardigans fighting in the Crimean War.
Okay.
So that's when it became real popular.
Nice.
And then after the war, the soldiers brought it back home, and everyone started wearing them.
So it started out as a war garment, kind of.
Yeah. Which is so funny because it's like you think of like Mr. Rogers, or
It's such like a passive thing to wear. Now. Yeah.
Oh, I have more. Hold on. Oh, yeah. And I just liked the history a little bit of a cardigan because then Coco Chanel took it on. So it was more of a manly thing at first to wear. And then Coco Chanel really loved them, and she wanted to make a model for women in the 1920s. And she did it because she didn't like wearing pullovers because she didn't like messing up her hair.
That makes sense.
So that's why women really took a liking to it. Queen Elizabeth II also wore a lot of cardigans when she was off duty. Kurt Cobain loved a good moth-eaten cardigan in the 1990s. And at that time, it was ironic because grannies and grandpas were really the only ones wearing cardigans. And then he brought it to the youth.
Yeah. And then grunge fashion became a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Michelle Obama wore a lot of cardigans when she was the first lady. And obviously, I have to say this, Taylor Swift has the album Cardigan, and she sells cardigans as like some of her merch. So, yeah.
There was also the band The Cardigans.
Oh, look at that.
Can't think of any of their songs right off the top of my head. But I remember the singer was Nina Persson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah, that's Cardigan.
There we go.
She loves it hot. He loves it cold. However you sleep, the Pod by 8 Sleep adapts to you. Get up to $350 off with code DEEPSLEEP at 8sleep.com.
What next?
I have Teddy Bear. You
Teddy
know this
Roosevelt.
one. Yep.
Yeah.
I want to know
Tell
what
the
you
story.
know. I want to know if I'm going to teach you anything.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a little hazy on the details, so yeah, correct me. But
Cool.
He was on a hunting expedition, paid for as he went on often. There was a grizzly bear tied to a tree, and he was supposed to, like, the guide, like, presented him with a, shooting a fish in a barrel kind of situation of, here's this bear tied to a tree, and Teddy refused to shoot it. And that's kind of where and then a toy company started making these teddy bears, and it became this big popular thing that he refused to shoot this bear.
Yeah.
Like there was political cartoons about it. It was a big thing. So the bears came out and they were marketed after him.
Yeah.
Yep.
So here's a more detailed rendition of it. But yes, that is the broad stroke of it all. Yes. On November 14th, 1902, during a hunting trip in Mississippi, Theodore Roosevelt refused to shoot a black bear that was tied up for him. The hunting guides, they found and captured the black bear after hours of tracking it. And he was an old bear, and he was just drinking from a watering hole when they found him. And their dogs surrounded the bear, and the bear did kill one dog. And then one of the hunting guides bashed the bear's head with the butt of his rifle. And then they tied him up. So he was already in pretty bad condition.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
Yeah. It paints a picture. It's like, wow, that was just the fuck.
Yeah.
What hunter wants to do that?
Yeah.
If you're a real
Who knocks
hunter,
out a
you
bear?
don't want to do
Like,
that.
who
Yeah.
knocks out a bear?
Yeah. God. So when Roosevelt showed up, they were like, look, Mr. President, you
Look what
should be
we've
the
done
one to
for
kill
you.
the bear.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. He said it was unsportsmanlike.
Yeah,
He's like,
there's
I'm
no-
not doing
yeah.
that.
It's like Predator. He doesn't kill things that are unarmed, not a threat. There's no skill in that. There's no sport.
Yeah, why do it? What's the point?
Yeah.
Even though he did not shoot it, he also did not set it free.
Yeah, I knew that. Like, there's the myth that he saved it. Like, he didn't save it. He just didn't kill it.
But I think it was already going to die, probably. It was already beaten up. So what are you going to do? So he did say to put it out of its misery, and one of the hunting guides killed it with a Bowie knife.
Okay.
So, yeah. And some people thought that it was a political, like, PR stunt, but it wasn't. He really was actually disgusted with the amount of press he was receiving for this.
Yeah.
He hated all the just kerfuffle about it. He just hated it. He wrote a letter to his son, Kermit.
Kermit?
I didn't know he had a son named Kermit.
I didn't know that.
Is
Kermit
that,
Roosevelt.
And it's spelled like Kermit the Frog, exactly the same. So is Kermit the Frog named after?
I don't know. Looking at that.
I don't know. So
that'd be weird.
Yeah.
Teddy bears and
Kermit.
Are all the Muppets named after
the Roosevelts?
Yeah. Gonzo Roosevelt.
Who's that? Yeah.
His wife, Miss Piggy Roosevelt.
Oh, that one's mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I found that interesting as well. So he wrote a letter to his son, Kermit, saying, I had no luck at all with, this was on the same day, like around the same time as his hunting. I had no luck at all with my bear hunt, and I do not know that I shall go hunting again while I am president. For all kinds of people crowd after me, and it is too much like hunting with a 4th of July procession. And then he also wrote to a friend that same day, I have just had a most unsatisfactory experience in a bear hunt in Mississippi. There were plenty of bears. If I had gone alone or with one companion, I would have gotten 1 or 2. My kind hosts, with the best of intentions, insisted upon turning the affair into a cross between a hunt and a picnic, which always results in a failure for the hunt and usually a failure for the picnic. Yeah. And yes.
That was really in his presidency, too, because he became president in 1901, I believe.
Okay, yeah. So maybe that's why in 1902 he was just like, oh, this really sucks. I'm tired of this now. Yeah.
Because he was elevated to the presidency because of President McKinley's assassination. So when he wasn't elected to it first.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think because he likes to go on like, hunting expeditions and just into nature for like extended periods. And I think when McKinley was shot or when he died, Roosevelt was like, they couldn't reach him. Like he was out
hunting or something.
Yeah. And so for like, I could be wrong on this. So for like 5 days, like no one knew who he was the president and didn't know it kind of thing.
Nice.
Looking at that, don't quote me on that, but I
don't know.
Have that impressionistic memory.
Don't quote us on anything in this episode. It's like, it doesn't, we don't know. We know enough.
Yeah.
But yes, we do still have a little bit of time, and I did not look this one up ahead of time. It was on my list, but I just didn't have time. So let me say time again. I feel like I'm saying it a lot right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I had a list of ones I wanted to look into, and this was on my list, and so I'm going to look into it right now.
Okay.
Live. So yes. I wanted to look up saxophone because that's named after someone.
Oh.
Yes. And very quickly, and I'm going to click on an actual article, but I like to see what the automatic AI answer is, and just to see, you know. The saxophone is named after its inventor, Adolphe Sax. He was from 1814 to 1894 is when he died.
Okay.
And he's a Belgian musical instrument designer and musician. Oh, so he made instruments too. He created and patented the instrument in the early 1840s in Paris, designing it to bridge the tonal gap between woodwinds and brass.
Nice.
And, okay, so the name combines his name, sax, with the Greek word phone, which means sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phonograph, telephone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Phonics.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on. What else? Sorry, that was a lie. I did not know any of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Etymology is fun.
See? Yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry for coughing in the microphone. I'm so unorganized today.
Just don't sound like RFK breathing.
Stop. Gross. Anyway.
I'm in charge of your health.
Oh, God. So Adolphe Sax was born in Belgium, and he was a maker of brass and woodwind instruments. So he did both. His dad was someone that did that too, so he followed in his dad's footsteps. And
Nepo baby is what you're saying.
yeah,
Okay, thank you.
lame.
Lame. He inherited his dad's business.
Yeah. Too stupid, didn't deserve it. Sorry. I was trying not to say that, but it was in my head. And I was like, oh.
All right, anyway.
I know nothing about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just funny. So he wanted to create an instrument that could provide the agility of a woodwind with the power of a brass instrument. Nice. Okay, I'm going to see what an article actually says about him, though. Oh, do you want me to see what Reddit says about it?
Nah.
That's lame. Okay. I mean, I'll look it up later. Oh, meet Adolph Sax, the badass who invented the saxophone and cheated death 7 times.
Oh.
What? Oh, no one thought he would make it past childhood after his near-death experiences. Oh, okay. He was hit on the head with a brick. He swallowed a needle. He drank sulfuric acid. Did this child
Was he
not
trying
want
to kill
live?
himself? Or
Oh my God. He fell face first on a searing skillet.
they just didn't try to break his fall? He just...
Where were his parents? Oh my God.
His dad was running the music shop.
Yeah. Oh my God. He was incredibly accident-prone child.
Damn.
Oh, he was one of 11 children. Okay.
Oh, well.
To make it to puberty. So I don't know how many the mom actually bore,
Yeah.
but 11 of them made it all the way. And they were probably like, God damn it, one of you needs to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
Without him, we wouldn't have Coltrane.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. Oh, wow. He made a clarinet and 2 flutes from ivory. That's cool.
Well,
I guess
not anymore.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I apologize.
He killed 3 elephants to do this.
I love elephants are my
Yeah.
favorite too. I don't know. I just said it.
Maybe they were walruses.
Yeah. Oh, what were the ones with
Narwhal.
the narwhal?
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh well.
They're still around. They're still thriving.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's an overview of him. There was one other one I wanted to look into as well. Oh yeah, Silhouette.
That's named after a person?
Yeah.
I did not know
I
that.
want to see.
I didn't know that was an epigram. Or not epigram.
Eponym.
Eponym, yeah. Epigram is in front of a novel, yeah.
Oh, it is?
It's like a little saying that a quote from something else at the front of a novel sometimes.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So this is the AI overview.
I fucking hate AI for the record. Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
yeah, but it's on the Google. I'm not looking at like ChatGPT or anything. I can't. We're forced into it. It sucks, but I like to show that it can be wrong sometimes. Well, a lot of times.
It's wrong a lot of times.
Yeah. A silhouette is named after, and this is a French person, so I'm going to try my best. Yeah. Etienne de Silhouette.
Okay.
Etienne. I don't know. They were alive. He was alive from 1709 to 1767. And he was a French finance minister under King Louis.
Which one?
XV. I am so bad at this.
The 15th.
The 15th. Okay. I never remember which way they have to be in order for it to work. Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah, he was known for his strict cost-cutting economic policies. And his name became synonymous with cheap or on the cheap, a la Silhouette. So this is interesting. Okay. How does it get?
Define what silhouette is.
Oh, right. Silhouette is like the shade outline of you or me.
Yeah, it's like similar to a shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, so this is interesting that it's starting off as someone who's cheap. Okay. But this is also the AI version. So let me click on an
Click
article.
on Wikipedia or something.
Yeah. There's Harvard Magazine I'm going to click on. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. Named after Silhouette, a penny-pinching minister of finances under King Louis, whose tenure was brief because he has a big following, whatever, Again, the phrase a la Silhouette came to mean doing things on the cheap. At the same time, in the second half of the 18th century, in an old but there was a little. It was an old but little practiced form of drawing a portrait was starting to rise in popularity. So we're having some overlap here. Now we're doing a portrait. An artist with scissors or maybe a knife would cut like an expressive outline of the shadow of a face for a quick likeness. So that's a weird way that Harvard Magazine phrased that. Yes, they would cut like your shadow. Yeah. So that was a cheap portrait.
I did something. I remember in kindergarten, all of me and all my classmates sat and like the teacher like drew our shadow, drew a silhouette, and then it was just construction paper. Yeah, we would cut it out then. But yeah. So
it's a cheap way for a portrait, I actually, as
that
we
makes
were,
sense. Like, how do they link though?
Yes, me too. I was like, what's going on here? So the AI version did not tell us how it linked. It just gave the first half, and it didn't even give a definition of a silhouette. We had to think of it on the fly. So so AI kind of sucks. Well, it does, and especially in Michigan, it's taking up everything, everywhere, all over. Leave our lakes alone. Leave them alone. Fuck. Anyway,
Saw a meme the other day that said, every human on Earth could fit on Manhattan Island, and then we could use the rest of the planet to build data centers.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. Yeah, so wonderful. But yes, so that's silhouette. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And I wasn't sure if you could have like a silhouette of an object, because I've never seen one. It's always a person, and that makes sense because it's to have a portrait cheaply made. So you always see silhouettes of people for the most part. Yeah.
There's a obscure Marvel superhero named Silhouette.
Oh, is it a girl?
Yes.
And she's just always a shadow, or?
I don't remember what her powers are, but she uniquely does not have use of her legs and has the wrist-mounted crutches that she walks on, and she also uses as weapons.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like, random.
She was like one of the first paraplegic superheroes. Yeah. Huh. I mean, Professor X, I guess, might be the first, but she was more action-oriented. Like she still was, upright.
Mobile and able to do a lot. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's all I have for today. It was a nice short one because we're still in the process of moving. And if you've made it this far listening, thank you. We needed to get loosey-goosey and get some of this out. So it's our little break for the day, and then we're going to go right back to it. But I think we learned some cool stuff about Sax. That guy, I mean, he shouldn't be alive, and we have the saxophone because of
he's not alive now. Yeah.
Oh,
he shouldn't have been alive as long as he was.
He shouldn't have made it past childhood. Yeah. He should not have become an adult. That should never have happened for him. Yeah. So thank you as always. Please like or comment on Spotify, Apple. That helps us the most. Oh, also, if you've noticed, we now have commercials, so that's a good sign for us. That means people are still listening, we're growing, so don't get frustrated that you hear them. Be happy for us. So that's it. That's all. I just wanted to kind of say that. I like to show what's going on behind the scenes a little bit, because when I listened to podcasts before I got into it, I was like, why are these things happening now? Why is this going on? And so that's why. And thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews, all on the app. Download today.